Welcome to another episode of Women vs. Wetlands, a show where only one of these statements is true.
In case you missed last week's episode, we had explored the Florida Everglades. This week, we're going to the treacherous Colorado Lagoon.
We will be facing storm surges, wet conditions, and many more. This is Women vs. Wetlands.
We're about 10 minutes away from our drop point now, but before then, let us tell you a little bit about wetlands. Wetlands is a classification of an ecosystem that is, in simple terms, wet. More specifically, it supports or contains water for most of the year, and there is predominantly undrained hydric soil. A wetland will generally contain hydrophytes, which are plants that grow in or near water.
Different types of wetlands can include swamps, marshes, bogs, and fens. Common critters you can find in wetlands include aquatic bugs, salamanders, fish, birds, snakes, turtles, and many more. We need to keep an eye out for some of these creatures as we venture out into the wild wetlands.
It seems we have arrived at our location. Ready for the drop, Sean? Let's go.
Not our softest landing yet, but it'll have to do. Alright, time for a mission brief. We're going to have to collect some data on the water and meet the rendezvous point in 2 days. Andrew, what have we brought for this trip?
Glad you asked, Sean. We've brought only the essentials on this trip. Any extra weight will only weigh us down. We have a compass, map, rope, and utility knife to start.
We've also brought some specifics for water testing in order to ensure we are safe in water conditions. Again, we are working with the bare minimum here. First, we have a Secchi disc. This will allow us to test the water for turbidity. Secondly, we have a small thermometer to test the water temperature. And finally, a YSI Model 556 MPS multi-parameter system which must be placed 6 inches below the water. This will allow us to test the water for the dissolved oxygen content within it.
Many of you watching might think, why do they need to test these things? Or, is water quality that important? Or, is a YSI Model 556 MPS multi-parameter system which must be placed 6 inches under the water really necessary? Well, we assure you that this is one of the utmost importance. Ecologists around the world test for different parameters in the water to ensure a healthy ecosystem. If any of these factors are out of balance, the ecosystem might just collapse. Wetland ecosystems offer many ecosystem services to society.
Very true. Ecosystems can offer economic benefits through recreation and fish stock, regulation services through flood protection, water quality improvement, and many more. But the root of all these services is healthy water, which is tested through the tools we have brought. Ensuring the health of the wetlands ensures the health of society itself. Alright, enough talk. Let's get testing.
And that concludes the last test. Let's look at the data. Everything is looking good? Alright, this wetland is in good health. With the data testing done, all that's left to do is make our way to the rendezvous point.
Alright, let's get going. What a beautiful wetland we have here, and this beauty is only possible when the ecosystem is in balance. However, not all wetland ecosystems have that luxury.
Very true, Sean. Ecosystems are being put out of balance, mainly due to human interaction. Global warming is causing water levels to rise, as well as increasing water temperature. This can be highly dangerous to the organisms within the water, as well as increase the risk of flooding.
Furthermore, wetlands can be polluted through urban runoff, carrying dangerous chemicals into the waters. These chemicals can be highly harmful to the ecosystem as a whole. However, the biggest threat to wetlands is direct human removal. Over 50% of wetlands in the United States have been destroyed to make more space, which has detrimental effects on the planet.
This story doesn't have to end here, though. There are many ways we can prevent the destruction of wetlands. We can stop wetland pollution by constructing berms that will prevent runoff from reaching the ecosystem. Permeable pavement can also be implemented into communities nearby wetlands, which will reduce the amount of water that flows into the wetlands. This will greatly reduce the amount of pollutants that flow into the water.
And if those methods sound like something you can't do at home, rest assured, there are things that the common person can do as well. Things like reducing the amount of chemicals you use in and around your home will also reduce the chances of chemicals reaching the water. Such a simple fix will have great benefits on the local environment.
I hate to cut you off on such an important topic, Sean, but I think we're nearing the pickup point.
Why, I think you're right, Andrew. Good catch.
Another successful wetland expedition accomplished. I hope you all enjoyed today's episode and learned something new along the way. We hope to see you next week where we explore the Amazon River. See ya!